Iana, do you remember that at your very first lesson, after we had figured out what the patterns were in Rhythm 1, I asked you to figure out another way to make it sound expressive. We had already done one way. And then I asked you to figure out another way. Could you do that for me today? Now, what do you want to do with your 4 quarter notes coming and going? In other words, the first set.
The first set is loud, and so is the second set.
Both of them loud. All right. So what will the 2 half notes do?
The 2 half notes and the whole note will be soft.
Okay, so loud, drop down to soft. Loud, drop down to soft. That'll be interesting. Shall we do that now? And how do you want to tap it? Just with your hands, or you want to do circles?
With our
Hands? Okay. 1. We have to be loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Ooh, I forgot. Oops. Teachers make mistakes too. That was so much fun doing that loud. So I'll remember this time, I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Well, what do you think of that?
It was interesting.
It was interesting. It was very surprising. If we did that, people would really pay attention, wouldn't they? All right. Very good. Now, that was your second way. What would be your third way of making these notes sound expressive?
I think I would like all of this to be loud, and then this to be soft.
Oh.
And then this is a little softer than this, and this is softer than that.
Okay. So, loud.
Soft, loud. All of this is loud.
Okay.
And soft.
Mm-hmm.
And then softer, and then loud, and then a little softer,
There,
and then a little louder, and then a little softer.
Okay, that's a good idea. All right, so loud, a little softer, loud, and softer still. A little loud and a little softer. Okay, 1. I'm just thinking about it. 1, 1. Here we go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Now, what did that sound like? It could be a question, or it could be a thinking. What did it sound like to you?
I think it sounded like a question.
I think so too. Now, which way did you think was the most interesting? They were all interesting. Which way do you think was the most interesting?
The second one.
The second one? And why did that seem most interesting to you?
Because it was loud and then soft and then loud and then soft.
There was more change, all right. And was there anyone that you think did not sound at all interesting?
No.
No, they all did. And I bet we could make up a few more. But you've done very well to make up an idea of how loud or soft you wanted to play. And they were all interesting, and we did them. Except I forgot once to be soft. Good for you, sweetheart. Okay, so now you know the names of the notes, and you did the written work on pages 6 and 7, where we write the notes, get the stems the right distance from the notes and so forth. When you draw music, it looks almost like it was engraved and printed. So you have done wonderful work. And you remember how much fun we had with this chart on page 8. Okay, now, I gave you a set of little flashcards. Did you bring them today?
Yes.
Thank you. Would you get them out, please? There they are. Now, the first thing I want you to do is to take them out of the baggie and hold them in your hand. And I want you to go through them very quickly. Let me check that they're in mixed up order. Looks like it. Okay. I want you to go through very quickly. I want you to make a 2-pile a 3 pile and a 4 pile by 2 beats in it, 3 beats in it, 4 beats in it. Don't try to make a neat pile. Just go fast and say what they are. 2,
2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3.
That's 3.
2. 4.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 3.
Wow. Okay, that was good. Good job. You only
4.
You caught your mistake. I wasn't looking. I was already talking to you. Very good. Now let's take the group of 4 and put these over here out of the way because we won't be working with them. And I want you to make up 2 phrases using all those cards. Shall we push this out of the way more? Yes. Okay. Well, there's your ending, right? Good. Another ending. Now we need more room. Iyana, I always love to watch you do that because I can see you thinking and making up patterns, and then sometimes you think, no, I want to change them. And you always make good choices, darling. You're going to be a great composer. Okay? Now, in music, we have some special words we use for things. And we have learned a special word for what the ending is. It begins with C. The next letter is A. C-A-D.
Cadence?
Cadence, right. D's always work, don't they? So you have the cadences the same, but what you have before your cadences are different. And the first phrase is going to have more energy at the end, and the second phrase will be less energy at the end, right? Okay, so let's tap and count it. And count loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Oh, you did a wonderful job of following me. I said we wouldn't put loud and soft in, but once I started it just wanted to. Did you feel the same way? And you followed me perfectly. That means that when we start playing duets together, which we have at the end of the Introduction to Music book, we have a big duet there. We will have a lot of fun playing it together. All right, darling. Do you have any questions about the work that we have been doing? You told me recently that you felt you had learned a great deal. Can you remember it? And that's an honest answer, and that's why we always must review. Now, we reviewed very thoroughly today because we were making a tutorial. Normally, we would review one thing and spend not quite so much time on it because it would come back quickly, you see. But we had to do all these things, and I think you did a very good job. I appreciate your help, darling. And again, I say how much I enjoy teaching you. So, thank you and goodbye. From Iyana's lesson, I want to help you see all of the things that have been set in motion that we can use in subsequent lessons. So I have made a list for us that is incomplete, but I think exciting. First of all, she was learning to read, think, and play in groups of notes, not note by note. She was learning to recognize and combine durations of notes into musical phrases. She was learning to plan before starting. You notice she always was asked to plan how she wanted it to sound. Iyana was experimenting with and evaluating different ways of saying something musically. She was developing musical memory by explaining and then performing 3 different interpretations. Even I had to think carefully about that. She was thinking and performing in expressive phrases, and I promise you she did that at her very first lesson. It was not a difficult thing for her to do. She was performing expressively in a reliable pulse, and we had not even talked about that. It just happened from what we had done together. She discovered that she already had ideas about how to make music. It's not a mystery. It's natural to us. I think all people are created to make music. Notice that Iyana did all this work without any signs or musical terms. We didn't even talk a great deal about loud and soft, but we did introduce those concepts, and she will soon enough learn the musical terms and signs for them. But she did all that variation, all that experimenting on the basis of her own imagination. I did not put ideas in her head. If I had a student who was perhaps less comfortable with thinking, I would ask them, what might you want to do to make this get louder or softer? Do you think that would make it more interesting? You can ask questions that lead them in good directions. But Iyana is already a thinking student at age 8, which is quite remarkable. But she did all those different interpretations of Rhythm 1. Now this was equally true at her first lesson. And I can guarantee you that this young lady will be playing musically for the rest of her life in a controlled tempo and a personal involvement in what she is playing, because that is the way she started her first lesson. And that first lesson launches so much. Again, I say this list is incomplete, but it is impressive. Thank you.